Ah, Magister. So, you saw me make a fool of myself. I'm not good at dealing with these types of situations. Everyone has their own ideas, yet the words they speak may carry a different tune. It doesn't help that sometimes they're at odds with themselves.
Their voices ring loud across the square, true. Yet order demands wisdom. We cannot bloody our hands each time tongues wag too freely. So, my dear Magister, to what do we owe this unexpected visit? Surely not to witness our entertaining attempts at governance. As you say, these days demand we sort even catastrophes by degree. So, tell me, what particular disaster brings you to my door?
Recent reports indicate a rise in attacks by the Corrupted on Brimstone Village, and the frequency appears to be escalating.
Yes, the corruption. One need only recall the unseemly display in the square to see how deeply it has unsettled the people.
Though our forces are stretched thin, the distribution of divine dew continues without delay. The rise in corruption is concerning, but we have not let it surpass our ability to respond. Our true concern lies elsewhere. After relaying my observations of the surface to the Assail, many of them developed a strong yearning for the world above. Despite repeated warnings that the curse must be lifted before any can venture to the surface, they remain deaf to reason.
The people interpret our prudent advice as coercion. Our honesty seems only to fuel their distrust. It's beyond comprehension.
Taking advantage of the lack of guards, many people ignored our warnings and went to the surface on their own. As a result, their curse took effect, and they soon became corrupted.
The address in the square was intended to calm the public, to persuade them to exercise patience until Indris can present a remedy for the situation. Yet I fear our counsel goes unheeded. Even now the Whisperers weave their dark tales. They say this is the surface's eternal curse, that we are fated to dwell forever in these sunless caverns. Some even dare to reminisce publicly about my mother's reign, longing for those simpler days when blissful ignorance passed for peace. They clamor for rights and freedom, yet flee from obligation. Such is our nature. But let me be clear. Should anyone dare drag this kingdom back into the shadows of the past, they will learn the weight of my resolve. No true tomorrow exists for the Assail until this curse is lifted from our bodies. Ah, yes, the Sylvan Tendril. Sage Tasso's ancient relic that purified Indris and Feli from the curse. This is the crux of our dilemma. A single Sylvan Tendril, and you alone capable of wielding it. Should we proceed at this glacial pace, Southorn will crumble to dust before a fraction of our people are cured. Yes, this can't be the only relic with this power. The Dark Forest may have answers for us.
Yes! When we were in the Dark Forest before, we encountered so many magical things. Maybe we can find some clues there.
A journey to the Dark Forest at this very moment. Perhaps a brief delay would be wise. There are matters I must first verify within my mother's records. We should leave no tome unexamined, no record unchecked, before we proceed. There exists a certain manuscript in the palace. Its pages may hold the answers we require. I propose we investigate this lead first.
Truth be told, I'm no scholar. I'll leave the research to those with keener minds. I'll hold the post here, settle what's left of my duties, and then join you once all is in order.
For the record, my mother possessed a temperament so composed it bordered on frigid, and the words on the manuscript reflect her stark iciness. Though it may appear detached to the untrained eye, this manuscript represents, by my mother's standards, an astonishingly biased, distressingly passionate, and bitterly resentful outburst. This, in turn, proves that my mother's hatred and resentment were unlikely to be false. Of course, this is my mother we're talking about. Even in her own diaries, embellishments and half-truths are a given. Well, I was already aware that we share a common lineage with the Wilders of the Dark Forest. This curse and our long exile is also not new information. However, I must confess that the revelation of Misati herself casting this curse was quite surprising. How could a god so exalted and revered stoop to cursing her own descendants, to banish them from her domain? However grievous their transgressions, this manner of divine retribution strikes me as unorthodox, to say the least. And in the manuscript, my mother's intense discontent reads as nothing short of righteous indignation, almost as if she had been wronged. Is this the reason my mother mentioned? What exactly happened in the Dark Forest? To think they were condemned for protecting their homeland? No, this reeks of some deeper intrigue. The truth has always been buried beneath convenient lies. If you ask me, A goddess in her righteous fury could have simply obliterated them outright, or, at the very least, commanded her faithful to carry out the judgment.
But instead, a vicious curse was cast.
Yes, why do it in such a roundabout way? If the gods wield power beyond mortal comprehension, why resort to something as petty as a curse? This reeks of deception. Indris, I have a task for you.
What are you scheming?
This matter demands immediate attention. You need to personally venture into the Dark Forest and uncover the truth. The curse was lifted from you, and you alone may walk the surface world. This makes your duty clear.
Yes, your help would be invaluable, Magister. This matter concerns the survival of our people, and I'll be in your debt once again.
Well, your debts are no concern of mine. You make sure to settle your own affairs, like a proper gentleman.
I'll leave the safety of Salthorin in your hands.
Yes, yes, understood. It's time for you to be off.
Oh, Magister Merlin. I see you've brought a distinguished guest. Would you do us the courtesy of introductions? It's a pleasure to meet you, Captain Indris. Since the Lightbearer Empire and Salthorin have not yet established formal diplomatic relations, I appreciate this opportunity to talk as private individuals. Please, just call me Evie. I'm curious why you're here together.
Salthorin is currently dealing with an increasing number of the corrupted. We believe that the recent attacks on Brimstone Village are related.
So you're saying that the current attacks are just a precursor? There could be a sudden mass attack of these crazed creatures pouring out from the ground. That's too scary to imagine. The reality is that Brimstone's defensive capabilities are woefully inadequate. Even the heroic Order would struggle against a threat of this magnitude. Well, this is a win-win situation, isn't it? I'll leverage every resource at my disposal to help. What do you need? So you're planning to go to the Viduso Mountains? You can use my ship if you want. You've been on it. It's faster and more reliable than most ships. For an urgent mission like this, time is everything. And she'll serve you well. I'll be staying in Brimstone Village for a while, so you can use my ship as much as you like. I hope your efforts will soon uncover a means to break this curse, so there is peace and security for both sides.
Thank you, Evie. Salthorin won't forget the Empire's help. We're deeply grateful. Here, the world feels quiet and warm. bathed in sunlight and scattered with flowers. The clatter of workshops and the marks of industry seem far away. This place brims with natural life. It's nothing like Brimstone Village or Salthorin. The residents wear peaceful smiles as if they are one with the very nature around them. Are they truly the same as us? The Assail of the past? It's hard to believe we were once a people who lived in such harmony with nature. It feels as though I'm looking at another version of myself. A self that had never been cast into the depths below.
Don't lose heart, Indris. We're here to find a way to lift the curse. Once we succeed, you and all the Assail can be like them.
Hammy is right. But Chippy also thinks that Salthorin is super special.
Thank you for your kind words. I won't let sadness weigh me down. Magister, let's go seek the Sage's counsel. Spirit Mound. What manner of place is this?
Oh, it's an altar to the Deer Spirit. A sacred place where the Deer Spirit once appeared. I recall that during the crisis of the Lucent Tree, the Magister and Lorsan sought guidance from Asarti at that very spot.
Oh, Indris can go directly there and ask the Deer Spirit. We can solve the Assail problem in no time.
Things aren't as simple as they seem, Chippy. The last time the Deer Spirit showed herself was because the Lucent Tree was damaged, and that was nearly catastrophic for the Dark Forest.
Yes, the thoughts of the goddess are hard to grasp. Rather than rely on uncertain miracles, it's wiser to consult Master Arden first. I hope that the Sage's understanding of history can provide guidance to the Assail clan.
Go, my friend.
Target identified.
Every sword is a witness.
At Alona's warning, I came swiftly with Brian at my side. I did not expect to find you here, along with our new guest. A guest in your company who managed to startle Miselind. I can only assume this friend hails from somewhere unusual.
Master Arden, I am called Indris, born of the Assail clan of Salthorin. 2,000 years ago, my forebearers left the Dark Forest. Apologies, but the tale of my people is so tangled that I hardly know where to begin. Magister, could I trouble you to help explain it to them?
This is even more tangled than I expected. It seems you've had quite an incredible journey together. As for the matter of lifting the curse, I cannot offer a direct answer. Yet, The events of that time are indeed recorded in the secret chronicles of the sages. In the time of the First Divine War, the gods and the Hypogeans met in fierce battle at Veduso. At that time, the humans had not yet united under the banner of the Lightbearer Empire, but alongside Jura, they came seeking aid from our people. The war had not yet touched the Dark Forest, for the Lucent Tree's protection kept us safe. Yet, after careful deliberation, the sages of that era weighed the risks and benefits, ultimately deciding to dispatch an elite troop with the Sylvan Egg to support Jura and the humans. Back then, we were also governed by the three sages, and if I recall correctly, it was Sage Tasso who led us during that time.
Wait, what? Sage Tasso was Feli's ancestor, and one of the very founders who helped Queen Serylith establish the city of Salthoran.
Indeed, the Sylvan Egg you once wielded, which holds within it a fragment of Missati's divine power. The Wilders of that era bore this sacred relic to aid Jura, a testament to their unwavering sincerity. It was mainly composed of a select group of dusk patrollers. Their captain was said to be a formidable woman.
A formidable woman? I cannot think of anyone else more formidable than Serylith.
Our chronicles do not go into detail, but based on your history, it could be her. The battle unfolded with little difficulty, and Jura swiftly sealed the remaining Hypogeans. The Wilders, who had gone to offer their support, returned home unscathed. However, the Hypogeans infected the Sylvan Egg with a parasite.
Master Arden, you never mentioned any of this.
Scared you, didn't I? But yes. Oh dear, it seems I've startled our guests as well. Magister Merlin might get the wrong impression about us Wilders.
To be honest, we're all scared by what you said.
It's not the time for jokes, Master Arden. Let's get back to what you were saying. I've never heard of the Sylvan Egg being infected by a parasite.
Few remember this chapter of history, and even the records speak of it only in passing. It is said that Missati, upon learning of the parasite, was enraged and personally severed the tainted part. Thereafter, a curse befell the Wilders who had the Sylvan Egg and took part in the battle. You should already know the rest of the story. In theory, if that part has not been wholly infected by the Hypogeans, it should yet hold a fragment of Missati's divine power.
The Sylvan Tendril. Could it be?
Unbelievable. This is, without doubt, a part of the Sylvan Egg.
So, a part of the Sylvan Egg was really severed, and Missati did it herself.
No power of the mortal world could harm any part of the Sylvan Egg. It had to be Missati herself. But it's strange. I can't feel any of the Hypogeans' taint in the Sylvan Tendril. Magister Merlin, can you sense anything?
Not only that, Magister Merlin used the Sylvan Tendril to lift the curse from Feli and me. That's the reason I'm here now.
This is indeed puzzling. I cannot believe that Misati would pass such harsh judgment without just cause. The chronicles offer no specifics on the parasitic process, but they do note that Jura did not make use of the Sylvan Egg.
How did the Hypogeans infect the Sylvan Egg?
This is the very heart of the mystery. The records also hint that Misati's wrath was not solely aimed at those Wilders, but also at Jura. This very point has sparked debate among sages throughout the ages, for Misati is known not for her rage and vengeful spirit, but for her kindness and tolerance as a goddess.
The only thing I recall is the time the Magister and I defeated a Hypofiend inside the Temple of Helthor. It was hidden in the divine bow of the dwarven god Helthor.
Though Hypogeans and Hypofiends differ in appearance, they are fundamentally the same. Yet to dwell within a divine weapon and remain unharmed, that is rather unusual. Rather than speculate any further, perhaps it's best we seek the answer straight from the Deer Spirit. Though the curse has been lifted, he remains barred from stepping onto the Spirit Mound. The Guardians of Ivory Shade, the Misselin, and even the messenger butterflies are blocking his path.
So, even now, we who were cast out are still turned away by Misati.
All signs point to a deeper cause for this resistance. We must uncover it before we can proceed.
In this matter, we must entrust the task to those whom the Deer Spirit favors more. Bryon, seek out Aeron and have him return.
Aeron has been journeying of late, and his whereabouts are uncertain. I shall have Elona seek him out and deliver your summons.
Very well. As we await Aeron's return, guide our guests through these lands. Let Indris, above all, walk the soil where his ancestors once roamed.
Understood, Master Arden. I shall do my utmost to guide them well.
Thank you, Master Bryon. I'm also eager to learn how this place differs from Salthoran.
Great! Now we can all play together!
Stupid Chippy, stop thinking about playing all the time. Indris, there's no need to worry about Salthoran. Ravion is there managing the city.
You're right. My thanks to you all. This chance to set foot in our ancestral homeland holds great meaning for me.
How could you let all the ducks run away? Didn't I tell you to be careful?
Sorry, I accidentally got lost in my book and forgot about the ducks. I'm really sorry. I'll compensate you.
These ducks were specially raised by my grandmother.
What's the matter?
Ah, Master Bryon. Here's the thing. I brought my ducks up here to the mountain to let them run around. but something urgent came up. So I asked this young lady to help look after them.
I was so focused on reading that I didn't notice that they all escaped. I just thought they got tired of quacking and quieted down. It was only when the guard returned that I realized all the ducks were gone.
I see. The ducks couldn't have gone far. I'll listen for them, and you all can herd them back.
Why are we chasing ducks around? Didn't we agree to take Indris around Ivory Shade?
Yes, this is all part of the tour, giving you a taste of everyday life here in Ivory Shade, and a glimpse of what I do as a Wind Whisperer. This is a part of what I wanted to show you, Captain Indris. As a Wind Whisperer, I lend my ear to the wind's murmurs and trust in Elona's keen eyes to watch over the dark forest and all of Vedusa.
Yes, I understand you well. Keeping watch, making arrests, and settling disturbances are also part of my duties in my own city.
No way! Your jobs are completely different!
Why are they talking like they have the same job? All right, they need to stop talking and focus on the ducks.
Yes, I agree. But how did we end up herding ducks?
Thank you. All my ducks are safely back.
A person must tend to their own ducks. Hand that duty to another, and you invite failure.
Yes, I understand now. It was my own fault. I need to be more careful.
I'm to blame as well. I meant to help, but I ended up making things worse.
Yes, if you wish to read your book, you should have turned him down. But if you choose to help, then you must bear the weight of that choice. To refuse burdens you cannot or will not bear, that too is a form of responsibility.
Yes. In the future, I will be more serious about requests and promises.
Ducks are really strange creatures. I had thought that they would be fierce, but they only quack.
You don't know, Indris. Some ducks are mean. If you're not looking, they'll peck at your fur and take a chunk out of your butt.
Still, I would have expected the young woman who failed in her duty to face a harsher punishment.
What do you mean by punishment?
Entrusted with the care of private property, she must be a trusted subordinate. Yet, this lapse was clearly the result of her own negligence. Although the loss was minor in the end and you stepped in to mediate, I thought she would face harsher consequences for her mistake.
Yes, the ways of the people and their laws here in the Dark Forest are indeed different from those in South Thorin.
Please, explain.
Well, those who were quarreling were just friends, with no higher authority between them. In the Dark Forest, private matters fall outside the reach of the law. If a loss has occurred, compensation will follow. But if no loss was incurred, only the mediation of personal ties remains. In essence, the decision to reconcile lies solely between them. I was merely offering a fair critique of both parties. Lawson would move heaven and earth to see them reconcile. Aeron and Laika would offer words of wisdom or set the stage for cooperation, but they will not force it. Parisa and I approach matters in a similar fashion, though our methods differ. I believe that interpersonal relationships are private and should not be overly interfered with. In general, private disputes are typically not dealt with in an overly strict manner.
What if it becomes a public affair?
Normally, the three sages would issue the judgment in matters concerning the Dark Forest. However, with only 2 remaining, the judgment will be temporarily handled by the representatives of each faction. Should the matter prove to be of significant importance, Aeron will be notified to partake in the decision. Beyond that, there's not much more to it.
Indeed. The people and the laws here are very different from South Thorin's. The freedom here is refreshing. People trust each other, and there's this relaxed, inviting atmosphere where everyone is just so warm and friendly. I wish South Thorin could be so as well.
I've already said there's limited space in the warehouse this year. Offering amounts must be reduced or substituted for something else. It's all a mess, and there's simply no room.
We've already reduced the number of offerings this year, but we still need some as backup. Otherwise, if something goes wrong, we won't have any tribute to offer.
If they can't be stored in the warehouse, they're all going to go bad anyway.
What's going on?
Ryan, come tell us what you think. Reich and the others propose that we should leave space in the warehouse for a proper rotation of offerings. Therefore, the amount must be reduced, and I have already revised the request list accordingly. However, the offerings prepared by Lady Sandrine are excessive, and it is simply impossible for us to store them all.
I've already cut the amount down as asked, but the offerings for the prayers can't be reduced any further. The offerings provided this time all require time to prepare. If our reserves fall short, it will be too late to replenish them when the need arises.
Could you please introduce these two individuals and explain their positions?
Lady Sandrine is one of the elders overseeing affairs in Ivory Shade, while Lily Jane serves as the warehouse keeper, responsible for storing and gathering offerings for Prayer Day.
I mean, isn't Lily Jane being a little rude to Lady Sandrine?
In my view, this is not a matter of disrespect. It is simply a clash of responsibilities.
So, we should help resolve this conflict between their duties.
Yes, let's lend them a hand. Magister, I have a feeling you're quite skilled when it comes to organizing things, aren't you? All right, I'll help as well. Let's try to squeeze everything in.
I'll lend a hand as well.
Amazing! Everything's been stored. Not only were the extra offerings put in the right places, but we also cleared up more space.
I must say, I've learned quite a bit about organizing. My apologies, Lily Jane. I shouldn't have prepared so many offerings without consulting you first.
No, I should apologize, Lady Sandrine. I was too impatient just now. Let's compare our list later and see if we can adjust the supply.
It seems like there is no need for mediation here now.
I'm a little curious, though. What celebration and offerings were they referring to?
Ivory Shade is a sacred place, especially cherished by Masati. According to legend, it is a paradise created by Masati herself, a sanctuary cut off from the outside world, untouched by war or suffering. The deer spirit is the mortal incarnation of Masati, and from time to time, it graces this land with its presence. The wilders here, grateful for the deer spirit's protection, gather at the spirit mound on prayer day to present their offerings. The people of Ivory Shade believe that through devoted service to Masati and faithful adherence to the laws of nature, they shall enjoy everlasting peace and happiness in this land.
So, the goddess who doomed my people is seen by yours as a beacon of kindness and grace. Perhaps if the Assail never left, we would be carefree believers of Masati. The flowers Feli planted are of a different hue than the ones here, yet they feel the same.
Do you also like flowers, young man?
Oh, is this your flower bed? I mean no offense. I just wanted to admire these lovely flowers up close. My friend loved tending to flowers. He even bred a new kind back in Salthoran.
In a place that harsh, how can such lovely flowers bloom? Perhaps it's the heart of the one who tends them that shapes their beauty.
Yes, my friend Feli really loved flowers. Our land isn't fit for growing much, and he didn't have the chance to find other kinds. So he had to work with whatever grew around our home.
If you'd like, I can give you some flowers and seeds to bring to him. They're treasures I've raised with great care, and no others like them exist. These flowers are hardy and can grow almost anywhere. They're not just lovely to look at, they also have healing and culinary benefits.
He's no longer with us.
Oh, apologies. I didn't know.
Don't worry about it. I'd love to take some back to Salthoran to show the people. The only thing is I came in such a hurry that I didn't bring anything of value to offer in exchange.
I don't need anything in return. I make friends through my flowers, and if the flowers I nurture can spread to new lands, that would be the greatest gift I could ask for.
But they've been so carefully cultivated, and it wouldn't be right to take them for free.
I'm not a merchant, only a gardener. To me, the true value has never been in money. The love for flowers, the act of nurturing them, the happiness they bring to others. The sunshine, the moonlight, the wind and the rain. All these simple, beautiful things are priceless treasures to me. Under the watchful protection of the ivory tree, I know that I will be able to nurture many more species of flowers, each more wondrous than the last.
Please tell me about the ivory tree.
It's the great weaving tree you see before you. This guardian tree provides nourishment to the creatures around it, watching over everyone and everything with care. My garden thrives within the blessed reach of the ivory tree, which is why I'm able to cultivate such unique and special species of flowers.
I understand. Thank you for the seeds. I'll take good care of them. If Feli was still here, he would definitely feel very happy. This place is really different from what I've imagined. I knew this place would be unlike Salthoran, but the reality still took me by surprise. Everything here is so relaxing and free.
There is tension as well, and disputes are not uncommon here. Even we, in our best intentions, are not immune to the flaws of selfishness, jealousy, deception, and harm.
Yes, but life isn't driven by suspicion, panic, or hatred here. If only the Assail had always been loved by Masati. Perhaps we would have known a life like this. Apologies for my moment of weakness. If you don't mind, I'd like to take a closer look at the ivory tree. I'm quite curious about the guardian tree the gardener spoke of.
Please go ahead. Everyone, Elona just sent word that Aeron has arrived.
Wow, that was quick! Master Arden only sent the letter not long ago, and now he's already back.
His destination may not have been far. Come, everyone, let us go and meet him without delay. Now that Aeron is communing with the deer spirit, there is hope that the mystery hindering you shall be resolved.
Yes, let us go.
Long time no see, Magister. Oh, Chippy and Hammy are here as well. Thank you kindly for your efforts, Brian. Ah, then you must be Captain Indris of Salthorin. Well met. I am Aeron.
Please, just call me Indris. And thank you for coming all this way.
Master Arden has explained your purpose in full. Given the urgency, I won't take up more time with pleasantries. Something strange happened just now. As Indris arrived, I felt the deer spirit's anger, laced with deep pain and betrayal.
Betrayal? Is it because I'm an assail?
Not entirely. Your presence seems to have stirred something forbidden. The deer spirit's emotions shifted in an odd way, as though she recalled a past she wished to forget.
It's hard to say for certain. I do have another theory, though. While you were exploring Ivory Shade, I took the opportunity to review more records. There have long been rumors of a rift between Misati and Jura. Perhaps this anger stems from that conflict as well.
Regardless of the truth, I cannot ignore the will of the deer spirit. There must be a reason the Assail were marked as outcasts. So, Indris, you arrived with the Sylvan Tendril, claiming to seek a way to save your people. Before I offer my aid, I must first uncover the truth of your nature and intentions.
What must I do?
I believe a person's true nature is revealed most clearly in battle. Memories are fragile, stories are often distorted, and words can fade. Only in the crucible of battle can we truly touch each other's souls. When two souls give everything they have, their true selves are laid bare. I need to determine whether you deserve Misati's forgiveness, and if you are worthy of our trust. I respect your judgment, Magister, but that's not enough. The deer spirit's response cannot be ignored. I must witness this firsthand.
Thank you for speaking up for me, Magister. However, Aeron's suspicion is not without reason. Salthorin's future is at stake, and relying on the goodwill of others is not enough. I will earn his trust through my deeds.
May the wind and brook unite as one.
Target identified. A blade as sharp as steel and a will as strong as iron. Regardless of how this journey ends, I believe I have gained a greater understanding of the wilders of the Dark Forest.
I feel the same, Indris. Your spirit blazed with courage in every blow we exchanged. It wasn't wild recklessness I felt from you, but the bravery of someone who's seen the worst and still chooses to move forward. Pardon my earlier offense. The unrest within the deer spirit clouded my judgment. Now I am certain that the deer spirit's rejection of you stems not from any failing of your own. I would like to hear more of your tale. The strength to face a dragon and shatter the grip of countless centuries of tyranny. Such courage stirs the heart. Misati has ever cherished fairness and truth, and shall not condemn those who seek it without cause.
Yet her butterflies still barred the path to the Spirit Mound.
Yes, her anger and rejection still linger. I fear that speaking with the Deer Spirit alone won't be enough to find any answers. Come everyone, let us go to the Lucent Tree. I believe it shall grant me clearer guidance.
I shall not accompany you for now. There is an old friend whose whispers I must heed first.
So, this is the Lucent Tree. It's truly a sight to behold.
Indeed, this is the Lucent Tree, the very heart of the Dark Forest, the sacred tree blessed by Misati herself. Now I shall commune with the Lucent Tree and await the guidance of Misati. However, it takes some time to communicate with the Lucent Tree.
I don't mind waiting. My people waited 1,000 years to learn of the curse. A little longer means nothing now.
Rest easy, Indris. Aeron stands as the scion of the Lucent Tree, chosen and blessed by the Divine.
Don't mention my title. It's embarrassing.
See? Even the Magister agrees with me. You deserve the title. No one understands the Lucent Tree better than you.
All right, allow me a moment to focus. Please wait here while I commune with the Lucent Tree. First and foremost, Misati's anger stemmed from the defiance of her sacred will. During the Divine War, it was Misati's will to stay apart from the conflicts of the world, choosing instead the peace found in the shelter of forests and mountains. However, the sages of that era disregarded this sacred request, choosing instead to offer the power of the Sylvan Egg to Jura and the humans when faced with the war. And nearly the entire forest was drawn into the war, and this was the primary cause for Misati's fury.
In other words, the corruption of the Sylvan Egg and the ensuing conflict weren't the main reasons. They merely served to fuel the fire.
Yes, that's why Misati's punishment was so severe. Just as she had severed the corrupted parts away from the Sylvan Egg, she too severed your people from the Wilders.
Do you mean that the curse was used to banish us from the Dark Forest?
Yes, it was used to sever our ties. Through Misati's blessing, her people are woven into the very fabric of nature, their blood intertwined with the rivers and forests. Misati caused all the rivers and forests within her domain to turn away from the cursed Wilders. So the ground beneath their feet became a bed of knives, and the waters they drank scorched like magma. They were cast out from Misati's domain, no longer welcomed among her children.
Then why were the Assail able to settle in South Thorin? Yes, the world underground does not belong to Misati. Well, the Magister used the Sylvan Tendril to lift the curse, just as one would use the Sylvan Egg to lift the punishment. The Sylvan Egg surely holds the power to lift the curse, but doing so would mean bypassing Misarti's authority and using magic directly to break it. So when Indris entered Misarti's realm, the Misalant and the butterflies blocked his path, and the Deer Spirit grew angry. Is this why? Because we sidestepped her authority?
There are still things we can't fully explain, but at least some of the concerns have been put to rest.
I see. After hearing all that, I can see why Misati is so angry. But with the war spreading, as a major power in these lands, could we really have just stood aside? What followed was a great divine war that swept across Esperia. Although I don't agree with some of the decisions made by Sage Tasso and Serelith in the past. During that war, when the world was at risk, could we afford to do nothing? Therefore, I don't believe my ancestors were wrong in choosing to go to war. As for the corruption of the Sylvan Egg, it was indeed their fault. No, our fault. But we've paid the price for 2,000 years. Surely that's more than enough punishment, isn't it?
Indris, the gods see the world differently from mortals. To Masati, this isn't simply punishment. It was also necessary to safeguard her people. Since you believe your ancestors made the right choice, then show the resolve needed to face Masati's trial. If you seek Masati's forgiveness, you must find the strength within yourself to renew your bond with the earth and the mountains. Only by proving your understanding of Masati's will can you receive her guidance and find the path to resolve the plight of your people.
I'll do whatever it takes.
Very well. Masati's messengers will guide your path.
Before you came, the Terran River had already carried the dear spirit's message to me through its current. Banished one must enter the river. Let it wash over his journeying body. Cleanse what's been tainted. Reconnect what was once severed from the water's flow. The Terran River's merciful. It will lift him gently. But if it rejects him... No, that won't. I will find another way if needed. To truly reconnect will be painful. Like reattaching a severed limb. You'll have to endure the pain of the water and open your heart to it.
No matter how painful, I'll accept it.
There's one more thing. The river judges your heart. Don't try to deceive it.
This is Masati's trial. She must confirm you understand the weight of defying divine will.
I don't believe our ancestors were wrong. But I'll bear responsibility for our people. I'll show Masati my resolve.
Don't be afraid. The Terran River won't harm you even if it hurts. And I'll stand guard.
I'm ready. Let's begin.
Got it.
Are you calling me?
Go, my friend.
May the wind and frost unite as one.
Wash away all sorrows, Olin.
Brilliantly done.
Don't look. They're one again. Wherever you go, the awful ley lines of your homeland will follow.
Thank you. I'm fine. Just a bit of residual pain. It's already fading. Now that the river's trial is complete, please tell me what the next one is.
You're in bad shape. You really shouldn't move yet. It's best not to move. Why don't you rest for a while?
Indris, this recklessness serves no one. Another trial now? You'd fall to a child's blow in this state.
Thank you. I appreciate your concern, but this pain is nothing compared to the torment of corruption.
You're pushing yourself too hard.
Many in South Thorin still suffer under the curse's agony. The sooner I act, the more I can save. Earlier, Huon said the waters of my homeland are connected to me now. Yet, forgive my ingratitude. When I think of home, I still see South Thorin. I must save it. Change it. That's why I stand here. So please, Heron, tell me what the next trial is.
Stubborn as mountain oak. But the next one won't be easier.
Then, all the more reason not to waste time. Let's go.
The dear spirit has witnessed your deeds and reveals your next path. She will now lead us to the next trial, bonding with the Geo ley lines.
To connect with the Aqua ley lines, he's soaked in the river. So to bond with the Geo ley lines, he doesn't need to bury himself, does he?
No such drastic measures. The Taran River's trial was to prove his worthiness of redemption. Now that Indris has shown his sincerity, we've reached the stage of true redemption. The Vedusa Mountains once flourished under Misati's grace, their ley lines home. But Eomir's sins corrupted and polluted Rainford. It's been cut off from the earth. Indris must bring Rainford back into Misati's embrace.
How convenient for a trial.
Let's call it a win-win.
What do I need to do?
Truthfully, Magister Merlin did half the work already. He's already taken care of the hardest part, purifying the corruption. Now we only need to relink the ley lines. But Eomir's experiments drained the magic in the local Geo ley line. Only Earth Essence can repair them.
Then let's go find some.
That's the tricky part. The corruption lingers. The pure Earth Essence is rare in the Vedusa Mountains.
Earth elementals. South Thorin has plenty of stone wardens. We might be able to draw essence from them.
Good idea. You'll need to act fast.
I'll also go help. I mean supervise. As Misati's witness, I must ensure nothing goes wrong. I won't interfere. This is Indris's trial. I'm just observing.
Please go ahead. I'll start locating a site where we can reconnect the Geo ley lines. Also, Merlin, I might need to borrow your familiars for a bit. Restoring the local connection is only part of the work. I plan to use this opportunity to reorganize the entire ley line structure here. If this can mark the beginning of South Thorin's recovery, we can deepen this region's harmony. Bryon can handle outside surveillance, but your two familiars have impressed me with their understanding of the local ley lines.
I'd rather stay with you, Magister. But it's true that we can be more useful here. Then please be careful on your journey. Indris, come back soon, too!
Thank you. I will.